Come.
What? Yeah, let's march blind to the evils around here.
Indeed, but we must get on. This is one of Shakespeare's most complex stories, King Lear. Forgive us if we leave out some of the less important bits. Being 80 years old, the king has decided to hand over his throne, and the outcome of this will affect us all. Let the drama commence! The king has approached with his 3 daughters, son-in-laws, and some other noblemen.
This is Gondriel, the king's eldest daughter with a wicked husband Albany. She is cold and heartless too. This is Regan, king's second daughter with a husband Cornwall.
Regan is selfish and manipulative and matches her sister in cruelty. And her husband? Weak. And this is Cordelia, the king's youngest daughter. She is his favorite and her only daughter who truly loves him.
I am the king of England. Now shall we express a darker purpose? Know that I will divide my kingdom in 3. Whichever of you will say you love me most shall have the largest share. Gondrel, our eldest born, speak first.
So, I love you more than words can will the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, no less than life, as much as a child ever loved her father. What should I say to this? Love and be silent?
Bring the map from this line to this, as you can see in the map, with shadowy forests and plenteous rivers, we make the lady. Now what says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife of Cornwall?
In my true heart, I find that my sister Gondor names my very deed of love, but she comes too short. I profess to be enemy of all other joys, except my father's love. Unlike my sisters, I'm sure that my love is stronger than my tongue.
To thee and thy husband, this generous third of the kingdom, no less in space and value than that conferred on Gondor. And now to our joy, our last but not the least, Cordelia. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
I shall not play this game. Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy though I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond. No more, no less. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they only have love for you?
So young and so untender?
So young, my lord, and true.
Let thy truth then be thy door. Here I disclaim all my paternal care.
The sweet and beautiful will presently appear. The one is mostly here, the other found out there.
I loved her most. Thought to set my rest on her kind nursery.
This is madness, sir. Do not banish the only daughter who truly loves you. I must speak true.
Come not between the dragon and his wrath.
Yes, sir. Be calm. Show some respect for the king's judgment. Albany, this can work well for us. With Cordelia gone, we may share the kingdom. Fare thee well, your majesty. Princess, take care of yourself. Here are Burgundy and France, my lord. I seek your permission to let the 2 princes in who wish to marry your youngest daughter, Cordelia.
Everything is in vain now. She is standing with nothing. But bring them in and let them try their luck.
I am the Duke of Burgundy, and I have asked for the hand of the dear, sweet Cordelia in marriage. I am the King of France, and I too wish to marry Cordelia.
You 2 noble gentlemen wish to marry my daughter Cordelia? Burgundy, what dowry do you require?
Most loyal majesty, I wish no more than the third of the kingdom, as you did offer before.
Her prize has fallen, sir. Here she stands, with nothing. She is yours.
Then I am sorry, Cordelia. You have lost a father and a husband too. France? Cordelia, thou art so rich, being poor.
You're most kind, sir.
Thy daughter's daughter king shall be my queen, and our fair France. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. What you lose here, you shall find better with us.
Take her, for we have no such daughter, nor shall we ever see the face of us again. Come, noble Burgundy.
Come, my queen, bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father, with washed eyes. Cordelia leaves you. We know what you are. Love our father as you committed. Prescribe not us out of duty.
Let your study be to content, who hath received you at Fortune Arms.
Come fair, Cordelia.
When the king had divided the kingdom, he decided to spend half his time with his retinue of followers with each daughter.
Man may come, man may go,
But I go on forever.
man may come, man may go,
But I go on forever.
man may come.
How now, daughter? Why the frown?
As you are old, father, you should be wise. Here in my home you keep 100 knights and squires. They are loud and disorderly and have turned this palace into a tavern.
Ha! The head sparrow fed the cuckoo so long, it had its head bitten off by its young.
You speak too much, fool. Calm, calm, wife. Condell, you should not upset yourself so.
Is this my eldest daughter who speaks to me thus?
Yes, you must get rid of all these followers if you are to stay in my house.
Prepare my horses. I am ashamed to let you see these hot tears that break out from me. Blasts and fogs upon thee. I have another daughter who will stretch your ungrateful eyes out when she hears how you have mistreated me.
What shall happen now?
I must warn my sister Regan.
Gondrel has sent a servant to Regan to warn her of her father's imminent visit. Thereafter, she also went there.
I hear his company arrive. How shall I receive him?
With caution, mistress. Your sister must speak the truth.
Good morrow to you both.
Hail to your grace.
What brings you to us so soon, Your Highness?
Oh, Regan, your sister is nothing to me now. I can scarcely speak to you of her unkindness.
Oh, sir, you are old. I pray you have wronged her.
Ask her forgiveness? Dear daughter, I confess that I am old, but I do beg you on my bended knees to promise me and mine bed and food.
Good sir, I pray thee not beg. Return to my sister.
Never, Regan.
My lord, calm yourself. Listen to your daughter.
Gondrel is a serpent. Lightning, send your blinding flames into her scornful eyes.
Is this how though you will speak of me too?
No, Regan, for you are tender, and you know the bond of childhood. Do not forget that I have given you half of my kingdom.
Father, I pray you return to my sister.
You too? Return to her? I would rather be a slave.
Then if you have a mind to stay, I must insist that you come with a handful of followers.
Father, have you found my sister more accommodating? Is it true that she does not wish to entertain your followers either?
What need do you even have of 25 servants?
Why 25? Why not 10?
10? What need do you even have of one?
You see me here, you God, a poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. Is it you that stirred these daughters' hearts against their father? No, you are natural hags. I will have such revenge on you both. You think I'll weep? No, I'll not weep. My heart shall break into 100,000 flaws, or I'll weep. Oh, fool, I shall go mad now.
Wake up, my majesty. She is to rule the globe through the waves every far. Now in the storm he weeps alone, mourning the loss of his precious throne. He thought
it would be wise to give away the kingdom nationwise. And now in the storm he screams and shouts, cause his daughter went and kicked him out.
Oh God, my king has been deserted.
The ending of this tragic tale is full of death, but we have brought some positivity in this drama. So pay attention because the King of France is on his way to invade England and finds the king in mid of his way. Lear wakes up in a French camp and sees Cordelia by his side.
Wake up, father, wake up.
Dear sweet Cordelia, forgive me. I am old and foolish. Beseech you to be forgiven.
I loved you, father, and I still love you as my father.
Pardon, Cordelia, pardon. I hope you will not leave your foolish father alone now.
No, father, not at all.
Don't worry, father. Regan and Gondrel will have to pay for what they have done to you. Bestow your blessings upon me, and I promise you, your culprits will be slain at your command. See you soon, father.
King of France has defeated Regan, Cornwall, Gondrel, Albany, and brings them afore Lear and Cordelia.
Father, here's your offenders to be punished. Waiting for a command.
No, I can't.
Okay, if my father is unable to do this, I'd like to have this opportunity. Soldiers, take and hang them till death.
Mercy, my kind sweet girl. Mercy. After all, they are your sisters, and my daughters too. How can I see them die? Forgive them, and let them go.
I can't believe my ears. And surely you too, my lovely sisters. My father, he's a man like no other. He gave you life, nurtured you, taught you, fought for you, and you troubled him to the fullest? You had no pity on him. A shame, a big shame. Yes, we don't deserve to live,
But saying sorry will not mean much to you now.
but truly regretting for what we have done.
My all little hearts, remember that life's greatest lessons are usually learned in the worst time, and you have realized that all to me now. Love and respect your parents. Treat them with loving care.
For you will only know their value when you see their empty chair.
And most important, they love you unconditionally.